Enchantments. This is an archetype we've played a good bit of in Standard. We have a variation of this archetype up on my website. However, this build is quite different than the build you'll find there. This is a build that's looking to be a little bit more mid-rangey with Archon of Sun's Grace, as well as interactive with Banishing Light here in the main deck, as well as Kenrith's transformation. We are still leaning on Setessan Champion as a way to generate lots of card advantage, and then Archon of Sun's Grace generates pseudo card advantage, like extra 2/2s are reasonable and help us generate a board state. So let's go ahead and dive on into some matches with this one and see how it goes. Hey, Charles, thanks for the 20 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. There's always a little bit of an awkward tension. Like, do I want to play out both of my enchantments curving up into this, or do I want to hold some of them for after I cast this? Now, against turn 1 Scorch Spitter, I probably want to just curve out here, huh? Easy block here. If they have a Rimrock Knight, they have a Rimrock Knight. Sure, sure. Thank you for the half of your support. They're just trying to enable a light up the stage here. That's really good for us. Sure. Just put in my 2 weeks notice and working very hard right now. Excited for today's decks, which can beat mono red, maybe. Remember? I think I just YOLO this. I could just tap land pass and like hold up Life's Bounty to protect this, but usually these decks aren't playing skewer these days. Yeah, so I think there's a good chance we untap with this. Second champion, you say? In. Greed, let the greed consume you. Okay. This build, not having all that glitters in it, probably makes this matchup a little bit hard because I can't just make a giant lifelink creature. Probably see them kill Life Bounty here. So this mills both players 3. Then next chapter we get to take 2 cards out of their graveyard and hopefully gain 2. And then eventually we get to pick something back up from our discard pile. I think I just want to make these bigger and draw more cards here. I could hit another Watching, or I could hit another Life's Bounty here. Could be greedy and wait and try and draw more cards here, but this game probably isn't about generating quite that much card advantage. And I'd rather just getting this down sooner lets me gain a little bit more life sooner as well by exiling more creatures from their graveyard. There's a Sentinel's Eyes, perfect. So this gives me vigilance and also makes my things larger. This will be attacking for 5. Honestly, I think I just attack with both here, huh? Just try and get to closing out this game. I think main deck spinner's mostly fine. Like a 2-3 for 2 is like okay in the aggro matchup. I don't think it's like the end of the world by any means. So if they put cleave here, I'm taking... If they put cleave here, this gains 3 power, so that'd be 14, 15, and then they die on the backswing. So I'm not dead to cleave, so I think I just go ahead and block here. So you're dead? Maybe they didn't have a line to not be dead here. Because this can't block. They have land 1-drop? They have land 1-drop, they're in this game. Yeah, good clean interface design there on Arena's part. The fact that it props up the 2 that we've already clicked on. So it's very easy to click on 2 that you haven't targeted yet. Birth, alright. This card seems good here. Kenrith transformation. I think I'm supposed to leave some transformations in. Calix seems a little bit slow and fair. Maybe trim Binding of the Titans, because it's also kind of slow and clunky. Doesn't impact the board right away. I don't think transformation's good enough to bring in the other copies, because you don't really want to get clunked up on them. Actually, a couple of these might be fine. I'm gonna bring in one of these, because like that removes Annex in a really clean way. They tend to play Light Up the Stage, Shock, and then Bone Crusher Giants, kind of an instant or sorcery. I'm going to say this a couple times today, but just as a reminder, if you live in New Hampshire, that primary is today. Get out and vote. I'd encourage you to feel the burn, but even if you're not, get out and vote. God bless, Sky Zeros. Knowing when your early voting starts is also good. This hand's actually, speaking of good, this hand's pretty decent, huh? We get to go turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, do this. For the record, as someone who hasn't really paid attention to the primary process, I really hate this whole primary process. I think it's incredibly stupid that everyone doesn't just vote on the same day. The fact that it gets stretched out is nonsense. So they have both of these exiled to light up the stage. So I'm actually going to go ahead and block here, because if they want to spend resources killing this, that means they can't play Annex this turn, which is great. Yeah, questions about whatever, always welcome, Scottish. Stretching it out reduces the chances of having a messed up convention. More chances to catch errors, I suppose. So one of the things to know if your state isn't a swing state, you're a safe blue state or safe red state, you should make sure to vote regardless, because your down ticket ballot elections matter too. Just because your state's very likely to go to a particular presidential candidate, your down ticket ballot elections matter a lot as well. For example, Illinois elected a Democrat in 2018, and now we have legal marijuana in 2020, instead of continuing to criminalize and punish people for things that they shouldn't be. All right, so this is a cleave, right? 10 out of 10 cleave. I don't know that we can beat cleave in this board state, so I think we just block everything and get some decent trades here. So use of straight ticket voting that bothers you. Yeah, I don't know. So like, while I think in a perfect world, straight ticket voting wouldn't happen, I also think in a perfect world, the country in which we live in would allot people enough luxury time to be able to spend time learning about the candidates that they're voting for. But the reality is a lot of people work so many hours and are stretched for their time so much that they honestly just can't afford to dedicate the amount of time that they need to be informed on every candidate in every position. That's true too. If you're not a swing state, voting in the primary is even more important because it's a chance to make your voice heard for which candidate gets selected for the general. They have a pump spell here, we're probably dead. Even a shock's bad for us, right? Yeah. Have to block though. Because if I don't block and they have a shock or a pump spell, we actually die. So have to block. This is protection from white, which is real bad for us. These lifelink at least, so we're going back up to 9 here. If I block like this and they make this 12, I die. They didn't have a pump spell last turn though. Well, that's an incredibly good draw. You get to crack them for 7 in the air. And then we have lethal in the air next turn. Archon of Sun's Grace doing the Lord's work here. I think I'd like to hold up this activation rather than play a Bronzehide Lion here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass. Maybe that's wrong. Someone explain it like I'm 5, a caucus versus primary. I would encourage you, so something that's referred to as a primary means it's just normal voting. Caucuses are kind of weird and work in a couple different ways, and I'd encourage you to just look up, Google, how do caucuses work. I actually don't think caucuses as a system are inherently bad. I think they're worse than ranked choice voting, but honestly, the way the caucus system works, I kind of like it better than normal voting. I think the people, yeah, it's archaic ranked choice voting, I think is an accurate descriptor. Yeah, so if I give this protection from red, they just get got here. They don't trample for anything. And then we kill them on the backswing. They do. They disenfranchise people who are busy, which is correct. Caucus, yeah. Caucus is a form of ranked choice voting with a lot of extra steps. Correct. I agree. I agree caucuses are not ideal. In an ideal world, straight ranked choice voting would be what happens. Yeah, so like this less aggressive build was really impressive there. Both Banishing Light and the 3/4 flyer allowed us to punch the clock and go to work there. It's not often you beat Embercleave, but when you do. Yeah, seems super reasonable. Get our kitty cat on too. Oh, Watch Wolf, you've come a long way. Come a long way, little wolf cub. All right, Arena is supposed to be having an update here soon. It's supposed to be a 0 downtime update, so we'll see how that goes. Rebecca, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. I saw the good news. Congrats to you and your family. I love you guys and wish you the best in the future. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate the support. Wouldn't be here without folks like you all. You would be both, Percy. Be like, I think my ticket in ranked choice voting would probably be Bernie, Yang, Warren, various other people, Biden at the bottom. I mean, hey, at least the small upside to raid a magical cow is it's like a half idle game some of the time when you're playing it. So like, it's very easy to like actually be productive while pseudo playing it. Yeah, like watching your favorite streamer. So I have a choice to make here. I could Banishing Light this, but that kind of sucks. Banishing Light this in the face of Teferi is not great. I think I would like to just play Binding of the Titans, because if I hit a land drop, I can also play Destiny Spinner. Yes, Christy is going to put a registry up on Amazon, I believe. That we'll share at some point. Probably by this weekend. She started putting it together, but has a bunch of duplicate stuff up there and needs to sort through which of the duplicate stuff she wants to take off it. We love Bernie. If you keep an eye on the banner in my corner, Bernie's my #1. There's a little Bernie logo that scrolls through there. Okay, are they not? So I like some kind of Planeswalker deck here then? Looks like it. I'm going to exile their Planeswalkers. They're probably an Elspeth Conqueror's Death deck. Huh? Alright, so this lets me kill a Johnny. So I get to play this, and then I get to sack this to here and give pro white. Because one of the things protection does is give you unblockable. Do I play around Shatter? I feel like I don't this turn. Like, I could just pass and hold up the activation on here, but like, this is gonna trigger and pick a creature back up next turn anyways. So like, if they shatter, I draw a card and then I get it back, so it's like not a big deal. What do we like about Bernie? My two #1 issues in this election are addressing the healthcare system in the United States and addressing climate change as the very real existential crisis that it is. And in my opinion, Bernie has the most aggressive policies towards addressing those things. I think I'm in for that. Like, I need more lands at some point here, but I'm gonna get to cantrip. The pragmatist in me is aware that regardless of who gets elected, likely none of their policies verbatim are gonna get pushed through that can't be pushed through via executive order. I think the most important thing about Bernie Sanders is that he pushes the overtone window in the direction I want it to be pushed. If Bernie hadn't run on a platform of Medicare for all in 2016, we would not have the number of people talking about it in 2020 that we have talking about it today. So even if the verbatim those plans don't happen, the direction in which it pushes the country by showing that his ideas are ones that people want to see in the White House is a big deal. So they have a ton of cards in the graveyard. Man, they're gonna hit like a Flower Flourish at some point and we're just gonna die. I think I just start on this because I can exile their Elspeths next turn, which would be great. His policy pages are very detailed on his website. One of the things he's caught flack for is there's a quote of him saying we don't know how much Medicare for all is going to cost, which honestly, that's almost assuredly the truth. Like the number of factors that go into it and different things that can occur, it's definitely going to be as we get into the weeds, there are things that are going to come up that people can't predict. And some people have given him flack for saying that, but it's honestly just the truth, right? And it's so weird to me that every time we talk about things like Medicare and improving people's lives, the question people always ask is, well, you can't suggest that if you don't have a way to pay for it. But every time we want to stay in Iraq or send more troops to Iran or do any sort of things that involve killing people somewhere in the world, nobody asks how we pay for those things. It's just a given that we pay for them. But every time we want to do something that like actually helps the people who live in this country, suddenly like the notepads come out and we got to know how we're gonna get all that money.
I am proud of my comrades.
I think we might be dead. March of the Multitudes is real good against our mid-range deck, huh? I probably should have prioritized getting Archons of Sun's Grace into play here so I could go a little bit wide. I mean, like, I can block a bunch of these things. Yeah, March is a card that hasn't seen a lot of play because it's just, like, not very good against a lot of the good decks in the format. But our deck's kind of mid-rangey, and it's very good against mid-range decks. Hey, thanks for the 4 months of Prime Burly Leg. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Resolve all, please. Yeah, all right. Don't know about you, but they're feeling about 47. Yeah, that's the other part too. When people ask how do we pay for Medicare for all, it's cheaper than the public option. We'll spend less money. Mr. Reddish, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I wonder how many people who have employer-funded healthcare don't realize how much money their employer pays for their healthcare. If you dig into it, you could probably find in your benefits package how much your employer pays for your healthcare. Christy and I were curious and we dug into her benefits, and like between what we pay and what Christy's employer pays, it's over $20,000 a year for health insurance for my family of 5. Are we dead? Or we actually did. So they have 19 plus 6. They have 25. I block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I gain 5. Yeah, we're dead. I needed to prioritize Sun's Grace getting down sooner. Yeah, we pay between my wife's company, what they pay and what we pay out of pocket, we pay $20,000. It's $20,000 per year for the health insurance plan my family has. And on top of that, that health insurance plan has like a $5,000+ deductible when you calculate deductibles for the entirety of the family. Correct, yeah, that's before you get sick. It's 20 grand before you get sick. All right, so Kenrith transformation seems pretty bad here. I don't really have a lot of things that seem super useful here, huh? They didn't play that many instants and sorceries. I think it's just Calix to generate a little bit of card advantage, and then this game we try and prioritize going wide with Sun's Grace, and hopefully they don't just draw 3 March of the Multitudes. I don't know that Spider Bomb's good enough here, huh? Like, this only triggers when my opponent does a specific thing. And they weren't really doing that specific thing. I believe our plan is 5K per person with 10K for the entirety of the family as the maximum out of pocket. And yes, the plan that I have with those numbers is considered very good in the United States. Sure, I agree, Industrious Revolution, that people are stupid. As someone who taught introductory statistics, yes, the $20,000 goes away. With Medicare for All, your taxes go up some amount of percentage, but like, you have to think about it, like, how much would my taxes have to go up for me to pay more than 20 grand per year? The answer is a lot more than they would. Yes, that's true too. So like, my insurance plan that's considered very good, part of the reason why it's considered good is because like, we only have a $200 copay for ER visits. Whereas like, you know, plans that are worse than that, you can pay like $1,000 or $2,000 just for showing up to the ER. Their build is really neat. I like a lot of the things the opponent has going on. And yeah, like I said last game, I think the angle we want to fight this matchup on is these Archons of Sun's Grace. So I'm going to hold on to these for now. And next turn we'll play Sun's Grace, then we'll play another Sun's Grace, and then we'll start jamming enchantments to make a bunch of trick tokens. Sure, Omega Havoc, but it is $20,000 being paid. And the reality of the situation is, if my wife's employer isn't paying $18,000 per year to the health insurance company, they can afford to pay their employees more. And some companies won't do that. Not all companies will pay their employees more when they don't have to play the employer part. But when you don't have to risk going bankrupt from getting sick, you have more power as a person to change jobs. The way the current American system works, if you say, fuck you to your employer, you're screwing me, you could literally go bankrupt if you get sick. Whereas if you don't have to worry about that, you can just say, I'm gonna bugger off and find a different job, and even if it takes me 2 weeks, that's not a big deal, because I have health care during that 2 weeks still. I don't have to worry about going bankrupt. You like how I've heard this fun enough times? I doubt they're gonna pay you higher wages, and I can just like go right into talking about why that doesn't matter. Because these are the talking points. These are the bad faith talking points that people that don't understand use, that these talking points are put into the system by people that profit from the system. There's no reason CEOs should be making millions of dollars per year in profit off of people who got sick. I'm actually really glad I could talk about this now. So my wife is 5 months pregnant. For two of those 5 months, she literally could not get out of bed because she has a condition called hyperemesis, where she is deathly sick while pregnant. And in order to file a disability claim with the company responsible for paying out disability, we had to fight with them, even though she literally could not get out of bed. It's an awful system. And they fight over every claim that you make, because every claim that you make cuts into their profits, because they're companies that are designed to profit off of people being sick, not to help people who are sick. Cross, thanks for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So here's the thing. Hospitals can take in less money under Medicare for All and still make more, because under Medicare for All, they get to remove all of the bureaucratic BS. They don't have to hire administrators to manage navigating 600 different insurance companies. Yes, people who can't afford to pay die, or they go bankrupt. Those are the options in the United States currently. We've got so much in play here, just on the off chance they're playing a sweeper, we're not going to commit the Lion. If they do have a sweeper, we're probably dead anyways. Just March. Yeah, like, I feel like they're not a sweeper deck. We saw a lot of their deck in the first game. It seems like they're just a Planeswalker tokens deck. Why Sentinel's Eyes on the token? Because I wanted to diversify the power that I have in play. So, like, if they have removal spells, they already want to target my Sun's Grace because they have static text. So I think making more of my card threatening is ideal. That's an interesting thought. Putting the Eyes on Archon would allow it to draw a card with Shatter. That's a good observation. And maybe the fact that I have Life's Bounty here makes that a reasonable play. So, again, Omega Havoc, what you are saying there is FUD. It is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Under Medicare for All, doctors do not make less money. You know who doesn't make money under Medicare for All? The CEOs who make millions of dollars. If you look at the actual public breakdowns of where money is going inside of hospitals and look at the administration costs there, you will see where the money is actually going. So when you say doctors will make less money under Medicare for All, or will people still be doctors, that's FUD. That's repeating something that's not true to generate fear in people so they don't vote for or fight for fundamental change. I think, again, our most important card in this matchup seems like Archons of Sun's Grace, so the rest of this hand is kind of whatever, but I think this with lands to cast it is just like a Sneaker Keeper. And that's the other thing, too. When people talk about doctors and going into debt, the same people that are pushing for Medicare for All also want to make it easier for people to go to medical school and all kinds of school without debt. The doctor in your family is wrong, Omega Havoc. And if you think they're right, show me the numbers. Do the work. All of the numbers I have seen show that that is incorrect and not true, and it is fear. It is pandering to people who want to keep you in poverty and keep profiting off of the sick. Hey, Axe, thanks for 11 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. So now I have to make a decision. Do I want to jam Binding here and get a random card? I kind of feel like I just want to pass because, again, I want to play as many enchantments as possible post Sun's Grace. And should I play Sun's Grace and they kill it, I can get it back with Binding of the Titans. Now, the one concern here, if I play this and they have Elspeth Conquers Death, we get into a bad spot because that exiles it permanently. However, if they play something like a Banishing Light, we can get it back with our own Banishing Light.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Yeah, I know, Gaffer. It's funny. Sometimes people are like, I'm surprised you talk about politics as much as I do, but a lot of the policies that I talk about, one of the reasons why I think it goes over okay with the community is almost half of the people that watch this stream are from non-US countries, and a lot of those people, when I talk about we should just have healthcare that doesn't bankrupt you, people who live in non-American countries are just like, yeah, of course you should have healthcare that doesn't bankrupt you, Jeff. That's just like, makes sense. That's how it works everywhere else. It's stupid that it doesn't work that way for you. So like a lot of the things I say really aren't controversial on the global scale because everybody else is just like, yeah, duh, Jeff. That's how it works in every country that gives a shit about people. Oh, Branch, I'm sorry. Thank you and welcome back. I sacrificed my Bezos to your healthcare. If you ever need it, Canada is very welcome. Cruss, I might have missed a couple. Cruss, Axe, thanks for keeping me around. Welcome back, folks. All right, so they have a lot of Planeswalkers here. They just found that a Johnny's concerning because their health total is high. So this makes me wonder, should I be pressuring their life total a little bit here too? At the very least, I think I need to kill their Narset because Narset's going to draw them another card next turn. So I think Archons of Sun's Grace is definitely heading in this direction. The question is, do I want to send this 2/2 at their face or at their Time Raveler? I think I want to just kill their Time Raveler and then I'll pressure their life total next turn. I think it's pretty unlikely that my opponent gets to 35 next turn. Yeah, woof. Okay, well, super punished. Thanks for the 3 months, Sam. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, punished for not playing my enchantments pre-combat. The shillings I don't always address, Razor Vector. Thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub, John Charlie. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So, I get to recover my thing here, but it's not a great scene for us. Really, really wish I would have played this pre-combat so I had another 2/2 here. And I couldn't give this only gives protection from a color. So this is an artifact which is colorless. So I couldn't use Life's Bounty to save my thing there or to get it past the wall. Yeah, the opponent's build is really sweet. Again, gonna prioritize taking their Planeswalkers away because there's a good chance they play Elspeth Conquers Death in their deck. I think I need to smack them. I think I just need to like do my best to keep them off of 35 life. The fact that I didn't play this pre-combat last turn and then we got by tower defense was such a blowout.
responsibility.
All right, so I'm going to sack this to give this pro white. So this way they don't draw a card.
Done all. The time to fight is now. I am proud of my comrades.
Enjoy the content and the politics. My family is ultra conservative, so it's nice to hear some logical thoughts. Thanks for the 7 months, Fringe Devil. I appreciate it. Welcome back. 37, that's a scary number. Alright, so I get the Sun's Grace back. Yeah, I think I have to just Banishing Light the Ajani, huh? I think that's the play. I think I Banishing Light the Ajani. Yeah, it exiles. They're at the life total, they can exile all my stuff. Yeah, that's exactly the play. I think we play, because this can protect my enchantments too. So I play this, and then I play this and exile Ajani. And then I'm going to go ahead and kill Huatli here, I think. Maybe I just hit them. This, giving this toughness doesn't really matter here. Yeah, I think I just want to, like, try and work their health total back down.
Heroes, rally to me.
Here we go.
Alright, need to kill Teferi before he threatens to draw another card. And I think the plan here is just go a little bit. So I missed 2 points of life. I'm playing this anyways. This gives this lifelink. So should have played this pre-combat. They have a march here. Their march is going to be huge. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They're getting 11 tokens off a march here. Missing that 2 points of life is going to be a big deal probably.
Sorry I'm late.
We're not dead on board at least here, right? Well, I mean, regardless of what they bounced, I was going to protect it. This can give protection to my enchantments too. But then it didn't really matter what they targeted. I don't know that we're necessarily dead in 2. Because Archon of Sun's Grace gives all my other tokens lifelink. Yeah, this Pride Mate gets very large, but like, if I leave 2 mana for Bronzehide Lion up, oh, I should kill this so they can't tower defense me. That's a good thought. That's a good thought. That's a Sentinel's Eyes. I think I just Calix, exile, Pridemate here.
The selfish will be brought to order by my hand.
So, I'm at a point where if they have a way to interact with Banishing Light, we're gonna die. But I can't really play around that. I'm gonna kill Huatli because Huatli gives them tower defense as an out, so he's gotta like hope to fade. We have to hope to fade things that interact with this. Because if they interact with this, they get their Ajani back, and their Ajani can 0 and exile our board and kill us.
You are braver than you know.
Hopefully they just replay Elspeth here, and that's all they have.
Don't worry, I got this.
Yeah, I need to get enough stuff into play here that I can pressure their life total a little bit, but even that's challenging because I still have a bunch of lifelink tokens. We might see Elspeth pump these up to 5/3s and then smash with them. Although if they do that, I suppose it lets me Bronzehide Lion onto my Sun's Grace, which is pretty appealing. So maybe they don't have great attacks. It's going to be important to kill Teferi next turn, so it can't threaten to bounce anything.
Yourself as I believe in you.
So I'm going to take 5, and I'm going to trade with one of these, because this comes back as an enchantment. We'll get to slide that. Slide that onto here, which makes me another 2/2 friend. So now this has the ability to pay 2 and become indestructible now, which is excellent. They get to exile Planeswalkers prioritized from their graveyard. Get to plus Calix and find some more enchantments. I have Sentinel's Eye. Sentinel's Eyes lets me give this Vigilance here, so I can start pressuring stuff with that as well. Life's Bounty. Life's Bounty means that we're no longer dead to something interacting with this, which is great. Exile lands from here. They only have 4 cards left in their bin, so I think I'm going to go ahead and kill Elspeth here. Nah, I probably need to hammer their life total, huh? I guess she pumps up their lifelink tokens. Yeah, I agree. This set had a lot of cards that were really tough to evaluate. So we are dead to an Ajani peeling off the top of their deck, but other than Ajani peeling off the top, we're in a very good spot right now. And we don't actually need that many turns to not be dead to that, because we've got so much power in the air here right now. I have like the more aggressive builds of this, like the one that's on my website, but this mid-range build seems pretty reasonable. This is a super powerful card. This card's one of the reasons why the black-white Calix deck that's on my website's been reasonable. Bant Hero build around. Yeah, I think I could give that a try. Noted, Rebecca. I don't know if it'll be competitive, but I'll give it my darndest. This plus tower defense could kill us. This attack does not bode well for our hero. I'm just dead to tower defense, right? Am I just dead to tower defense? So if I block like this, tower defense gives all their things plus 5 defense, right? So that means if I block like this, this is 4 tokens over here. This would be 4, 5, 6. I'd take 6 times 6 is 36. So if I block like this, I'm taking 36, but I'm gaining 8, which puts me to 31. So if I block this as well, I'm not dead to tower defense. So I think these are the blocks. Because then this is only 6 times 5 is 30, and I'm going to 32. So activate this. And then I think I sack the Life's Bounty to protect one of these. So that way I have more life linkers to attack back with. I believe we're at 1. I would like to attach Bronze Lion to this. I would like to make another 2/2. Easy Life's Bounty here. One is not none, chat. Sentinel's Eyes, sign me up.
Show me my path.
Kill you. Hit you. I gain 15 here. I still have these as blockers. Go back to 16. Hey, thanks for the Prime support, Flavia. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And then I think we just passed here, huh? I don't really need to Banishing Light anything. We're still dead to an Ajani rolling off the top here, but otherwise we're in a very reasonable spot. Hey chat, through the power of wizardry, we're updating Arena while we still play Arena. Technology's great. You're a wizard, Harry. We'll have to restart, but it'll be okay. You do, Gualgamar. Sorry I missed that. I was trying to get the update going. Thanks for the entire year of support. Let's put Vigilance on another one of these things. Oh, Narset. Yeah, good call. Alright, I'm embarrassed. Should have drawn another card. At some point, I'll remember the text on these walkers. Alright, so we gotta fade a Johnny for one more turn here. How does Pioneer feel? Pioneer is the worst it's felt since they created the format. While Theros did wonderful things for Standard, it has turned Pioneer into a format that I really don't enjoy. There's only 6 cards in there. There's 6 cards in their yard. The Elspeth just like really doesn't matter.
Right on schedule.
Is it 2 turns till Johnny's not safe? So Life's Bounty can protect my Banishing Light here. So you take your dirty Teferi hands and put them somewhere else. They are not welcome here.
I will rend the sun from the heavens. Helion, if you are going to fight, fight beside me.
Swing and a miss.
Show me my path.
Alright, gotta fade for one more turn. I still have a Johnny as an out this turn. They also, Teferi and Enchantment Destruction are also outs now at this point because I don't have protection for the Banishing Light anymore. Elspeth is not a big deal.
Must act swiftly and protect the innocent from harm. Courage will bloom in all who seek justice.
Yeah, Archon of Sun's Grace has been real good. They only have 3 cards left in their bin. Come on, Calix.
Skyward and receive the gifts of the gods.
She's gonna go ahead and exile this finally. Because she can pump up their lifelink tokens, which lets them use a Johnny. So we faded a Johnny long enough. They can only gain 7 this turn and go to 26, so they're below 35. So this game should just be done at this point. Yeah, wow, that was a heck of a match. That was really sweet. Easy early contender for the deck of the day. We're gonna do 1 or 2 more with this, but I do need to restart to load up the updated client here really quick. While I do that, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everybody, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping by here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks every day, and I'm here Monday through Friday playing a ton of constructed. As always, love to give a shout out to my subs. I wouldn't be here, didn't doubt without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. BCW Supplies, only ones I trust to protect my paper Magic the Gathering cards. Using code HOAGLANDIA, you can save 10% on your purchase of sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Grimoire Deck Boxer would love to help you hold your cards or even your entire cubes in style. They do custom deck boxes that are really kind of unique designs. I got one around here somewhere. That not only hold individual decks, but also slightly larger ones like this that hold up to, I believe, 300 sleeve cards. They do ones that hold 800 cards as well. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards with their players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. You can find them streaming as well this weekend at twitch.tv/NRG Series. I believe they're doing Pioneer and Modern in Indianapolis this weekend. And of course, inkedgaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using heading on over to inkedgaming.com/Jeff, you can save some dollars on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and all sorts of other fantastic stuff with them. I thought I had downloaded the update off on the other thing, but apparently it's downloading again. Maybe my wizardry didn't work. I'm not nearly as powerful a wizard as I thought, chat. The self-updating version. So I manually just download the MSI and reinstall it mono. So I'm running it through Lutris, but I manually do the MSI to update it. I don't know if the Lutris auto updater works properly. How is my download so fast? I'm lucky. Step 1, be lucky. Step 2, don't be unlucky. Wizard servers aren't that quick. I have my internet is 500 Mbps down, 100 up. Yeah, 500 Mbps is half a gigabyte a second. It's relatively quick. In fact, it's fast enough that we could pay for faster from the fiber company, but we just don't because we don't need it. Yeah, Red Black Aristocrats is a fine one to add to the queue. All right, what new goodies do we have in the store? All right, well, I guess we're buying this because it is Dream Trawler. I guess I want a Mire Triton and a Kankapee. There's daily deals. Oh, I can get Shadow Spear for gold? Look at that. Sick deal. Look at all these gold sinks. You can get the new foil lands. I like the lands we already have, so I'm going to keep going to the lands that I already have. Hey, thanks, Scholar. Thank you for the 11 months. Thanks for all the support you've given here over the last year. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and dive on into another one. Nah, I pretty much just always use the zombie avatar. It's my favorite, so. Yeah, the patch. We just had a patch for Arena today. For 3,000 gold per color, you can get the new Pokemon lands. Yeah, this is fine. Not amazing, but fine. Yeah, 1,000 bits adds a standard deck. Is exactly correct, Jethrin. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit earlier, Scholar. I'll believe that when I see it. Whoa. Those are kind of great. What are these from? Are these in the store? Did I miss these? Like, I skimmed the sleeves in the store. Oh, Flesh Eating Gnome. I wonder if they're streaming. They're a sub here. And they often stream. They qualified and played in one of the Mythic Invitationals, I believe. Discovery. Hey, thanks for the 4-month spread. Welcome back. Hey, noted, Jethrin. That'll get added to the queue after I'm done today. Just gonna go ahead and Binding of the Titans here on 2. They're not streaming right now. Fair. So, this is actually really good against them, huh? This is interesting. Croxa and Arclight Phoenix. I like the idea of that. Binding of the Titan's kind of a bad beat for them, huh? They're just like queued into the person who has main deck graveyard hate. If they can flip the Phoenix into play here, it would be real good. Exile this and this, gain 2 life. Can someone explain to me why the full art lands are sold individually under the bundle section? I mean, what do words mean anyways? You can now pay 3,000 gold for the Theros basics in client. So, I played the second binding this turn because the first binding didn't have any creatures or lands to get back. And then thankfully the second binding just gave us a bunch of them. So both of these will have things to get back now. I didn't look for deck editor updates. I would love if they added the ability to favorite basics. That would be ideal. Right, we're gonna get rid of their Radical Idea. That's their only graveyard card in here, right? Yeah, so we'll get rid of Radical Idea. We'll get rid of a Secret Keeper to gain a life. Then we'll pick back up my Sun's Grace. And then next turn, I actually get to pick back up the second Sun's Grace, shock this in, escape Sentinel's Eyes, and make some things. The standard Breach deck yesterday was really bad. Yeah, they just stumbled on lands a little bit too long there. All right. Is it possible I want to click submit here? I guess Flicker of Fate kind of kills Kroxa, huh? I'm gonna cut the Kenrith and put in the Flicker of Fates. Oh, Spooter's really good. And Calix just seems so-so, huh? Yeah, Spooter is nuts here. Gets a token whenever they cast an instant or sorcery. That's really good. I think I like this. Yeah, I'd have to discard, but it does still get rid of it after they escape. But I think that's probably worthwhile. This could also, like, have some utility protecting our cards or, like, getting us other triggers, too. So I think that's fine. I mean, like, what if they put Kroxa into play, and this is the only card in my hand? Is this better than this? Maybe. Maybe this is better than this. I don't know if I love that for curve purposes. It's only 8/4s, I suppose. I think this hand with Binding on 2 again is a keeper. Wait, how do you get these sleeves? Why do these sleeves involve going outside and interacting with humans? Interacting with humans is the worst, chat. They're an F&M promo thing. That actually makes me really happy to hear. That's good. Magic Arena needs more crossover with paper. That is Wizards leveraging one of the strengths of their product. We really need more of Wizards leveraging things their product can do that competitors cannot. And tie-ins with paper is a big part of that, I think. They're missing land drops, so I'm just going to play Archon and hope to run them down here. I'm going to put this on a Bronzehide Lion so it can attack through these 0/4s. Unfortunately, not much of a match here. Opponent just kind of had magic happen to them. We build over a cantrip and 2 lands. All right. It's been a good set overall. That match was whatever. The mono red and the other Bant matchup that we played. Hopefully, I know this sounds weird to say, but I kind of hope we hit blue-white control, so that way we can see this in another one of the more popular matchups in the format, or maybe Teamer Reclamation. See how it fares in those. Anderson hasn't been a grinder in a long time, Marty, so I don't know that he can translate that title anymore. Maybe like 5 years ago. Anderson lives on the left coast now, I believe. His wife moved out there to work. They moved out there with his wife because she works for Blizzard now. Seems fine. Hey, Coverin, thank you for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. For keeping me around. Playing my tapped land. In for Archon. Alright, looks like we got our control wish. Not blue-white, but Esper at the very least. Alright, so because they put both on top here, I'm gonna jam Binding because I get to mill the second one. Oh, this deck. Alright, so they're a Doom Foretold deck. Vomit. You did this to us, Marty? Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta put that bad mojo on me? What's the fastest free-to-play way to get rare wild cards? Your credit card. Calling a family members of yours stupid because they have future financial insecurity is very inconsiderate. It is unintelligent to have financial insecurity over something that's not true. Sorry I didn't sugarcoat it for you, Snowflake. I don't know what you want from me. Listen, you know what's also not nice? What's not nice, you want to be not fucking nice? What's not nice is people going bankrupt or dying because they can't afford healthcare. So I'm sorry if you're upset, if you found it not nice that I called one of your family members stupid for buying into FUD that keeps people dying and going bankrupt. Life's not nice. And your relative being pandered to by people that are keeping other people in poverty and literally dying is really much, much more rude than me saying they're stupid for believing propaganda. What is this? I hit done and then it puts them on the bottom? Did that interface change? When the only thing you can say whenever someone brings up, they're like, gosh, you were kind of mean to me there, but you can't address the topic or the point that I'm making, I don't really care. Especially when it comes to people who are literally dying. If you're really worried about being polite, you wouldn't be okay with people dying, because that's not particularly polite. Neat, this interface did change. It shows you the top cards you're looking at alongside your deck here, which is interesting. I think I just want the binding here again. These rebuy this after it dies, which is nice. Huh? Was it the best line I heard, I'd heard recently was there's two types of people that support Trump, millionaires and idiots at this point. And if you're not sure which one you are, double check your bank account. All right, so we're gonna play with fire here a little bit and slide this Doom Foretold under a Banishing Light. I'm gonna put Sentinel's Eyes is actually quite good in this matchup, right? Because it's a permanent we can sack over and over again that we can keep casting. Thanks for the biddies, Gargoyle. Sure, I agree. I did not just say all millionaires support Trump. What I said was, of the people who support Trump, they're either millionaires or idiots. Both of those things can be true. There's an important distinction. Lucky I'm a billionaire. I don't... Yeah, are we ulting Calix? Ulting Calix doesn't even do anything, right? Oh, if I binding first, it might do something? Alright, yeah, let's try it. So I could wait to see what I do here until I flip some stuff over. That's not true. A number of billionaires have hedged their bets and they've given money to Pete Buttigieg. Buttigieg's campaign is like 40 billionaires donated to this point. Ulting Calix sends a message. Yeah, so I'm currently getting back 1, 2, 3 things. Let's play this and see what we hit. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like I'm supposed to plus this one more turn. I'm gonna get greedy. And I'm gonna go ahead and escape this back.
Receive the gifts of the gods.
Correct. That's true. If it's Bernie versus Trump, the billionaires will probably vote for Trump. You're not wrong. Yeah, this card is just like quietly one of the best cards in this archetype. All right, we gambled a little bit and lost here potentially. Although with Sentinel's Eyes, I'm going to get to keep recasting stuff. So maybe we're okay. Maybe. It's someone who's in medical school, Rexbox. Someone that doesn't actually understand. Jeff a Fish. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, so their graveyard, I want to prioritize exiling their enchantments here because their enchantments come back with dance. So yeah, their graveyard doesn't do anything for Conquer's Death currently, but these could come back with dance later. Let's start by plussing this. All of my non-creature spells cost 2 more this turn, worth noting. I think I'm actually gonna Kenrith transform this. Cause like, it draws a card. Yeah, they were like, God, could we out-doom them? Is it possible that we out-doom them this game? Like, I think we might actually chew through them with their own doom here. On the back of Sentinel's Eyes.
Stand by and watch.
I assume they're gonna bounce Omen here, yeah. I think I'm sacking Binding here. So that way I can keep both of these to kill Teferi. That's a great draw.
The stars will light our way.
That's great, Jiffa Fish. That's true. They could sack Doom if they wanted, but like them sacking Doom is us beating it. Like that's how you out-doom them, is you make them sack it. So like they need Wrath of God here. But even if they Wrath or sweep the board, Calix is threatening to come back next turn. Or Calix is threatening to ult. That's actually a real concern here. There's only 28 cards in our deck. Decking could be something that happens to us. If they hit a dance, they currently have 3 cards in their bin.
There is little as exquisite as the artistry of torment.
Now, Bounty here can protect enchantments and creatures, and however cannot protect planeswalkers. I think I have to exile Binding because yeah, they just know they're dead. Tasty. All right, Repeal sounds great. Endless Web sounds great. Calix sounds great. Transformation seems not stellar. What are my cuts here? Sentinel's Eyes is just like, yet again, just the MVP there. What am I cutting? I need 3 cuts here, or 5 cuts. I don't think I want to cut more than 2 enchantments. I like 20 enchantments is about what I want. I think I want to trim 2 Banishing Lights. Is it crazy to cut Bronzehide Lion? Arena had a patch today, but it's a 0 downtime patch. Maybe Archon's a little bit slow. But if I do this brings my curve down a touch. Lion does get sacked twice, that's true. I'm gonna go 2-3 in the other direction. 3 of these, 2 here. Let's do this. Give this a try. Yeah, because the lion comes back after you sack it. Mystic Repeal's fine. I think 3 might be too many, but I think it's a super playable card in this format. This deck's been really good, Wargy. Been fun games and it's felt competitive. We even beat Mono Red, which was sweet. And like, we beat Mono Red, like we beat them through a cleave. It wasn't like they just did nothing and died. Which that's the more telling part. It's not the telling that we won, it's telling that like they did their thing and we played through it. I'm gonna bottom that. There's plenty of lands in my deck. I just want to try and find some more gas. Did we beat 2 cleaves? We might have. I don't remember. I don't want to make that claim. We definitely beat 1. Got Sneasels, chat. Is it crazy to just go tapped land go here? Since we found the Sentinel's Eyes, I kind of want to wait to play Champion so I can play this with it and guaranteed get a card draw. And I don't really want to play... If I play this out, I want to save the Eyes for post-Champion. And if I play this out... Oh, you know what the play is? It's Lion, Shock in the land, go. Because I didn't want to play Lion in case they doom me. But if they doom here, I can repeal it. So yeah, this is the line. Let's Shock in the land, Lion, go. And the early part about this matchup is definitely about trying to generate card advantage. So I want to wait to play this out until I can guaranteed draw a card off of it. So hoping to draw an untapped land here. Hard to be too upset there. I did bottom a land in a greedy fashion. We bin to land with this, so maybe we'll get back a tapped land later, guaranteed, if we miss again next turn. Yes, I am Central Standard Cornfield time. It's currently 11 a.m. here.
Don't worry, I got
Again, we're going to prioritize taking their planeswalkers and enchantments out of their graveyard. This makes their Elspeth Conquers Death as well as their Dance of the Manses worse. Getting really punished for bottoming this Plains. That was probably too greedy.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Well, that's rude. That was going to be my 4th land opponent. Swish. Swish. What? What? Quality of life features in my Magic Arena? Zafa, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. That's phenomenal. Good job, devs. It's the little things, chat. It's the little things. We about to get double oathed here. Smells like double oath. Brutal.
Might be a bad idea.
For those that missed it, there's now a button on Fabled Passage. You don't just click it and it cracks. You click it and then click Activated Ability. It has a really nice button that says Activated Ability on it, which is great. Calix is not a terrible draw. This card is the reason this archetype is competitive. No joke. No joke.
So much distance beyond Theros to explore. The patterned future appears before me.
Welcome back, Marty. Nah, I think that's a good change. One extra click on an action that you don't do frequently is not a big deal. Chat, we're in a position, people that are suggesting I don't play Calix this turn, instead of asking me if I'm okay with that, instead, can you tell me what you would do instead? Like, do you think I'm in a position where I can afford to play around Doom? I feel like I'm too far behind. And yeah, it'll suck if they have Doom here, but like, they have so many resources in their hand. Why would I want to jam Calix and pass? Why would I not want to play out Destiny Spinner?
The stars will light our way.
Yeah, I'm currently, maybe the things people are missing is I'm currently playing Hearthstone. So, for people that are wondering why I didn't just hold up Mystic Repeal, I can't hold up anything, because this card sucks all of the joy out of Magic while it's in play. Ooh, there's a view printed card checkmark, so you can see it without modifications. That's great. That's a good quality of life feature too. Like, this is modified because of the enchantment. I can click this and it shows no modifications. I like it. Maybe I should hold on to this just in case I draw like a champion or something.
Let's try this. I'm known for my excellent timing. I've got time.
Are we double oathing my creature again? That's rude. So again, want to prioritize exiling their planeswalkers and then extra enchantments and artifacts for dance. That's super unfortunate. Really would have liked to draw some of those cards. Just gonna go ahead and pass here, I think.
I've got it. I am not going to sit this one. Here we go.
Prioritizing leaving a diverse selection of creatures in our bin. I do think it's weird that they occasionally... don't give things gem costs. Like, I think putting gold costs on things to be gold sinks is good, but I feel like they should always put an appropriate similar gem cost on it.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Yeah, or allow you to buy gems with gold. I think that would probably be fine. Gems are a premium currency, right? So like letting you convert the premium to the non-premium seems fine. Everything is fantastic at this point, Mustfall casting. Christy had a little bit of a rough first trimester because she was very sick, but we're over that now and just on to normal pregnancy stuff. So she's due in June. We're very excited. Maybe I should have repealed that because of Teferi. Yeah, I think I messed up and I should have repealed their Conqueror's Death there. That was a mistake on my part. I think I just repeal this. I should have done this earlier. I should have done this last turn. Let's learn from our mistakes instead of doubling down on it. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and put this into play. Use my mana. If they kill or exile this is picking another one back up from my bin next turn, so that's fine. We are not going to be a diaper changing stream again. So Christy gets 16 weeks off of work for maternity leave. And then after those 16 weeks are up, assuming this is still paying enough to be a job, I'll still be here and we're going to do daycare for them. Which works out pretty well. We won't have double daycare again because Declan will be going to kindergarten and then the new child will be starting there. Yeah, Christy's job has very good benefits. Are we dead? I think we've died. A girl, your collection is now complete. Yep, something like that. So, I have an Archon of Sun's Grace in the bin here. So I get to pick that up. This is, of course, this is at 4. I think this being at 4 means we're dead. Activated ability button again to highlight the new feature. So, like, I could do this, and I could triple Sentinel's Eyes to make a bunch of blockers. Christy is a business analyst for a major insurance company. Am I taking parental leave off of streaming? I'm probably going to take a week off. You know, I think this is actually worse than this. This goes wide, and they don't actually have that many instance of sorcerers. I'm going to swap those back. I'll probably take a week or so off, and then I'll, like, ease back into a lighter schedule. But no, I don't plan to take a month off or anything like that. Whipping Rhinos, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. It's not a health insurance company. I say major insurance company to not dox my wife, but it's not. She doesn't work for a health insurance company. How did I meet my wife? Through Boy Scouts. There's a co-ed branch of Boy Scouts called Venturing for people ages 14 to 21. We do not have a name picked out yet. I think I just stick Binding of the Titans here, so that way even if we miss on a land next turn, we have a chance to get it back with this. I am actually probably one of the last people who will be able to say I have never swiped or used dating apps. And based on the feedback I've heard on those things from other people, I'm probably very lucky to be able to say that. I think I bottomed this. How many bits to let Twitch chat name the kid? 7 figures worth. I am not an Eagle Scout. No.
The multiverse provides me with fascinating new experiences. The patterned future appears before me.
No, I didn't give a number the other day. I said enough to retire, and I think 7 figures is probably enough to retire on with okay investments. Seven figures worth of dollars, chat. Yeah, I agree. We saw Declan started daycare when he was 2.5 or 3, I think. Definitely good. It was good for him. I think we're dead. We've been playing this deck for a while. I think I might just pack it in here. God, this was like the one draw that keeps us in it. That deck just doesn't want to quit, chat. Hey, Jethrin, I appreciate the support. Thank you for that. Was hoping to draw a land there so we could still hold up Life's Bounty, but I think getting this out of Othakaya range is really important. Doom Foretold. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them here. I mean, I don't think I'll ever fully retire. At some point, I won't stream, 50 hours a week anymore, ideally, but I really like my job. I assume I'm going to be here even past when, I need it financially. I like some of the people in Twitch chat. You're okay, I guess. You like some of us? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not telling you who's who.
Sorry I'm late.
They sacked the Conqueror's Death because they didn't have anything to bring back with it, so they're dead. I even get to give it pro white to make the Sentinel's eyes fall off so I can cast it again. Alright, look at that. Almost conceded, drew the best card in our deck, and then it worked out. Hey, in my defense, I did say that was the one draw that keeps us in the game, right? In my defense, the words I said were... this is the draw that keeps us in the game. Alright, thoughts on this. I was actually really impressed with this build. I was kind of expecting this more mid-rangey build to fall on its face, and I really feel like we kind of hit the matchup gambit there, right? We hit a very controlling deck in Doom Foretold, we hit a very aggressive deck in Mono Red, and we also, went toe-to-toe with some Sweet Brews as well, and, both of these cards felt very reasonable as payoffs. Calix keeps the flow of gas going. Honestly, Binding of the Titans was probably my takeaway for, wow, this card really impressed me. We can't play 6 copies of these cards, right? But this is kind of a 6th copy, right? It gives us access to more copies of our best creatures in a way. That's really, really excellent. And then the fact that it randomly exiles cards from the opponent's graveyard was relevant in a number of positions as well. It's kind of main deckable graveyard hate in a very similar way that Klothys is main deckable graveyard hate. I think I'm probably going to leave the green-white enchantments list on the website as the more aggressive build, but I think if you're looking for a more mid-rangey build, this is a fine direction to take it into. I don't think I'd make it a strictly better, strictly worse comparison, so much as these decks are just doing different things, and they're both good in unique ways. All right, what are we doing next? We're going to hit a quick ad roll while I get the client restarted and flip over to the next deck, and when we get back, speaking of Klothys, we are going to play a green-red Fires deck here featuring 3 copies of the Red-Green God. So I'll be back in just a bit. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Don't go anywhere. Conqueror's Death could maybe be okay. Yeah, if you're expecting more mid-range and control mirrors, that seems like a fine inclusion.